The guest is Dr. David Padgett from Tennessee State University, who's given us information relative to chocolate cities in crisis and an analysis in terms of some of the problems that many of these cities face. And of course, Dr. Padgett, let's continue our discussion. I think you were dealing with Atlanta before we had our second commercial break. Let's continue there.
Yeah, Atlanta is truly a tale of two cities. It's known as Black Mecca, one of the major civil rights movement cities. And what really put Atlanta on the top of our list for Black enterprise was economic opportunity, entrepreneurship, and obviously Black Enterprise magazine appeals to those types of readers. And what set our survey apart was that we actually had readers respond and tell what they thought, and then we combined that with statistical data. So one side of Atlanta is the wealthy, you know, the Gwinnett County, which is just part of the metro area. Then there's the other Atlanta, which leads the nation in crime, which has pockets of poverty, which has all kinds of inequity in terms of transit, public transit. And so it's almost a two-faced city. But yet, Atlanta, again, never fails. I mean, more Black people moved to Atlanta over the past 10 years, I think, than any other city in the United States. I mean, Black African Americans have flocked there by the hundreds of thousands, literally. And so as long as Atlanta is a place where Black people see opportunity, they're going to go there. Is it going to spread throughout the entire Black population? Well, that remains to be seen. Now, Detroit, the next city, next chocolate city, is obviously you know, the home of Motown, but it's also the city that when we teach urban studies, it's always used as a model for urban decay. Detroit has been bleeding people. People have been leaving Detroit in droves. Detroit fell below 1 million people during this past census for the first time in 50 years. And it's literally, people are getting out of Detroit. It's like rats off of a sinking ship. Detroit, now with the automotive industry having its problems, things are getting even worse in Detroit. And they're almost, and